Are we fucking live yet or what?
We are. Is this mic on? Is this mic on?
Shit.
We're live, man. Preview show. We've got the
Oh,
extras.
Excellent.
good morning, everybody. Good day,
everybody.
everybody.
My thought is with the screen up here to just go team by team. Start right off with our. I got to put the leagues in here. The Global League, which we know is one of the premier leagues, and then we've got kind of a relegation league, as we call it here, which is the Universal. I'm not sure if that's actually fitting. But let's start right off here with the Moneyball division. This is a new setup for this year, 24 teams, 3 divisions in each league. This looks to be a tough one, the Moneyball. Let's look at Hagerstown. They're missing one person.
Great. Oh, you mean, right? Gotcha, yeah.
Yeah, but let's take a look at their batters. I'll sort it by OPS.
Yeah.
Anything stand out there, MV? What do we think of Hagerstown that almost won their division last year?
Yes. Well, not having a chance to study it. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the channel, along with the great David and Mike as well. It's just love to have us here as well. Mike of Sylvan fame, that's what I call Mike Sylvan, from the Out of the Park community. That's where I met him. Of course, yourself, Steve Tate, Steve Tate, and David, a champion of season 3, I think it was, David. Is that right?
Yeah. That is correct.
That is right. Okay, so what do I think? Well, first of all, Dwayne is a cagey character, isn't he? To be fair, he likes to play that he's not really deep down in. You and I know he's deep into sport reference, deep into baseball reference. What do I think of his team? Mickey Mantle, in the prime of his career going backwards, the old Benjamin thing. So I don't know what year is it. What year is he in, Steve? Just quickly.
Let's take a look. We look him up under bio here, and we can see Mantle is 1957.
So we know that from here on in, going backwards, he's going to be great. You know, he's got Honus Wagner, Hank Aaron, Eddie Matthews, everybody. I think offensively they're going to be good. How it translates that across historical era is going to be interesting. I think Bobby Mercer, this is his first year in the league, if I remember correctly. It's a mixture of Yankees and Braves. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, go on, Steve.
Yeah, and if you look at center field, right, he's got Bobby Mercer, a lefty, Dale Murphy, a righty. Could that be a platoon?
It could be.
But he's got Mickey Mantle. Do you put those better gloves in the outfield and let Mantle be your DH?
Well, Mickey's a 6'7", right?
Yeah.
Left field, center field, right field. Who has he got? Go position by position.
Let's take a look at. Let's do that. Catcher. Wow.
Joe
catcher.
Mike, what do you think?
You might want to clue if he's listening. Might want to ping him and say, "Hey, if your next player." He thought it was going to be Thurman Munson, but he didn't know Munson was protected. So my bet is missing player will have to be a catcher to back up Torrey.
Yeah. What teams does he have?
He has got the 59 Yankees and the 72 Yankees. Kind of a favorite team pick.
Teams he drafted from? Wow.
Wouldn't Johnny Blanchard be in that 19? Or, let's see, Elston? Or Elston's in the league already, is he?
Elston Howard, I do not believe, is in the league.
It might be the missing player.
I don't think so.
Let's check and see. Elston Howard is on
the Amish.
The Amish team. Yes, they got him. I don't know how they got him. More on that later. I don't know. We'll have to double check that.
Yeah, but he catches short.
He's got to pick John Ellis. Probably is that's my guess.
He's got.
1959 Yankees don't have anybody except Barra as a catcher that I know of. So it's weird. They don't really, unless they must have some first baseman or something that could play catcher or something. But, but I would say John Ellis. John Ellis is probably my guess. He's a 137 OPS plus for that year.
That's not bad.
So. No, I don't know why.
Horace Clark, not a bad backup.
Yep.
Third baseman, Eddie Matthews and Mad Dog behind him.
But is Matthews down the decline?
He's in 1957.
Yeah, he's still going to play well, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, to come.
Honus
Wagner.
Honus.
Who's H. Wagner?
Yeah, save it with a blast from the past. 1908, so he's going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Left field, Bobby Mercer can play it. Roy White's a guy that I like. He's kind of a good player to have on a roster.
So yeah, I see what you're saying there, because how do you fit in your outfield? Bobby Mercer, Dale Murphy, Mickey Mantle, Roger Maris, Hank Aaron, Roy White, Felipe Alou.
I would
You know,
probably platoon those batters in center and let Mickey be my DH.
There's some trade bait there for Dwayne. Dwayne really tend to.
Exactly.
So
But he's got Aaron. Aaron's got right field locked down. And here's another little sneaky pick. Roger Maris back in the league, going probably to take him forward.
do you hide him on the bench, or do you trade him, or do you keep him until, say, well, actually it's 59 now, isn't it? He has his MVP 61 or 61.
61, so he'll have 60,
60
61,
and
62 are all
61.
good, right?
And then we know he's done after that. He's finished.
Yeah.
I never been trade bait myself personally. Like I traded him one, didn't I? Yeah, pretty quickly. He was passed
You did
around
to
the
me.
league. That's right.
You did to me.
He didn't last long in the league.
What do you think of this pitching staff? Let's take a look at games. Let's take a look at his starters. What do you think of this pitching staff? I think it's better than it's been in the past, but Peterson and Stottlemyre and Steve Klein help him. Bud Daly, those are 4 new starters for him.
Yeah. You also have Johan Santana. The trick with Santana is got great whip. Not just sure about Ks per 9 again, but the home runs per 9. Let's have a look. 0.9, he may give up the.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
so could he be better? What grade would you?
I would give it. I would call it a B-.
David?
I am not looking. I'm transferring
The
computers
overall
here.
team. Well, I think that is some of the best analysis all night right there. But I don't know.
Yeah, but that division alone, if that's the.
This is tough.
Personally, there's some tough divisions in here, right? Particularly the Global League, which you know has always been a tough league. Anyway, that's not to knock the Universal. The Universal has some great teams in, like, well, I won't mention my own team, but, Manchester, Edmonton, San Francisco, the defending champion Vegas. You got the Brooklyn team on the up. You got Legends Universal with Long Island, Yoko with the amazing, Philadelphia, which is midlife crisis. It's a genius, I call him, because he's always up to no good. I don't know who Maplewood is. It's Hammer Time, that's right.
That's Hammer Time.
And of course,
that's the Man Bear.
And the revolving door of Hammer, which has got some great players. Let's stick with where you are, Steve.
Let's take a look at Chico's. Let's look at Chico's batters. We'll go first by here. Here's catchers. Johnny Bench. What can you say? Johnny Bench is in 74. He's going to have another 5 great years going back after this, where he's really premier.
Yeah. You've also got Art Wilson. You also got Art Wilson, who ran my from the Federal League. A decent player. I think Buckshot might want to trade him at some point. It doesn't have. The home runs are deceptive. It says 10, but actually, that translates into this game.
30. That'd be probably 30-ish, is what I would bet.
Yeah.
First base.
Buckshot's going to be interesting.
What do we think here? Their first baseman. Oof.
Well, years don't cash in because we know he gets good. Is he?
Cash just, I think he popped back in. 65. Cash is working.
Yeah.
Remember, he's been in the league now for 5 straight years, I believe, right?
Yeah, he's an original. Yeah, he is. Definitely. Mike, what do you think of Buckshot?
I'm not really looking right now. I'm trying to get the schedule thing.
Yeah. That's our technical support behind the scenes. Anybody here to watch this. And Mike's doing some great job trying to get a schedule head start for me. So I appreciate it.
I think Buckshot's got his work cut out. When he got to the playoffs in season 1, he had the great Snuffy Sternweiss. I hate Snuffy Sternweiss. But he's done a really good job of staying competitive. What does he need to get over the top? I'm not quite sure.
Well,
I'm sure Buckshot.
I don't sort by RC27 on this.
That's my new favorite stat because it does a little extra that OPS doesn't.
It does, yeah.
The Vladimir. Oh, the Vlad. What is he? What do they call him?
Well, Vladimir Pala.
Land
I think that's what
Banksy, or is it?
I think that's it.
Yeah, third base, Justin Turner. I think he's fine. Bill
It's
Bradley.
better in the league. Better in the league.
Shortstop. I think he's fine.
There's my ex, Alexei Ramirez.
And look at the year Yount has: 29 homers, 331 average, and a 10 rating. This is the year that he's been waiting to get Yount in.
Yes, he has.
Left field, he's got Goose. He's going to go with Goose Gosselin. I know that. And he loves this Dutch Zwilling, which is in 1914 of his Federal League. He had a good year last year. He likes this guy this year.
Not bad. Not
Right
bad.
field, you can go with Vlad, or how about this guy? Elmer Flick.
I've never. Why is everybody so hot on Elmer Flick?
Oh, well, he's a Hall of Famer, so we start there.
He's good. I like him. Yeah, I had him.
Yeah, but this is a league full of Hall of Fame.
Very versatile.
Versatile, as someone say. Yeah, okay.
No, he's good. He's. I'm telling you, his first season I had, excellent. Yeah, actually, the first couple of seasons, I think I traded him to Jamie eventually.
Right. Okay.
He had a couple good seasons.
I'm just getting the naming convention straight and all that good stuff. Anyway, here we go. Pitching. What's he need pitching wise here?
Well, before the draft, when Buckshot only had 4 pitches for the, so he would have had to have done a miracle to bring this to where he wanted to be. So I don't know who he brought in, but just looking at it straight away, it's not over. It's underwhelming. Now, Buckshot, I say that with the greatest respect to Buckshot. Buckshot, I'm in character, so please don't take me too seriously. But I would say that Earl Moore is a great pitcher.
Hendricks and Moore are great. He's got a rough year with Johnson this year.
Mm.
And Seaver, of all things, who happens to be in 1974. I didn't even remember how that was a little off year for him. I know 73 is a much better year for Seaver.
However, one thing that does stand out for Buckshot's pitching stuff that I like a lot is his home runs per 9. Earl Moore, look at Earl Moore's home runs per 9. 0.0. That's insane.
And he's a ground ball pitcher, and you can use him in all different roles, and he's a clutch 10.
Yeah, that's going to be some lights out pitching. I also think if you look at Hendricks, Moore, Johnson, Bernard, Bender, all the way down to Red Donahue, including Jesse Stovall, actually, a bit of an anomaly there, that is some outstanding home runs per 9.
Yes.
Down to all the way down to, so he's very hard to hit home runs off of that.
It should be fun.
So overall score, Steve, don't hold back. Overall score for Chico.
C plus.
Sorry to put you on the spot, but
no, yeah. I don't mind that a bit. C plus.
C plus. C plus. Okay, so Hager's down B minus Chico. Now let's get to.
This is the team that I think is just going to be lights out.
My pick.
Jason Kendall is a very adequate catcher there, batting over 300, decent fielder. He's got this guy that he can bring in, Frank Chance, with a good OPS plus.
Mm-hmm.
We sort him by RC27. Look at those 2 guys up at the top.
Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, jeez, can you say really? Is there anybody better?
That's the best one
in terms of
on any team. No. As we go through the team, see if you finding anybody at 10 and above is fairly rare. Takes a great season for that. First base, yeah, he's good.
Gary.
I think these 2 could be a good 1-2 punch here. Maybe you platoon them. I don't know. Elamar and Johnny Evers.
Yeah, they got to switch to the lefty. That's not Jack Taylor, the pitcher, is it?
It is.
Yeah. Jeez.
I don't like seeing them with batters, so you can always modify them if you don't want to look at them on the batter screen. Clean it up a little bit. Ron he's great at third base with Santo.
Santo looks really good.
Shortstop, Ernie Banks.
And Aparicio. Hold on a second. Isn't Aparicio on Vegas?
We have a duplicate.
Yeah, I'm sure it's on Vegas' team that's a trade. That's a duplicate.
Aparicio got traded to Vegas by Yoko.
Yeah.
By who?
Yoko. Who else?
Well, why would Yoko have him? Because he's on T-ville.
Oh, we gotta
Teville has
fuck now.
precedent, so we'll have to let Clue weigh in. Let me see if there's comments coming
Ooh,
in here.
that's a cluster F right there.
That's an unwind that
So,
cluster because
so Clue
Aparicio is on Teville.
So Clue okayed Yoko to have him, and then he traded him. So, oh boy,
Yeah,
It's just as well we're doing this then.
it is.
So does that void the Vegas trade?
I'm sure Clue's gonna weigh in on it.
We know Crew's listening in somewhere.
I don't know. He's yelling. Oh, Teville never had him legally. Oh, well then who's Teville? Can I just delete him?
You're gonna have to.
All right,
Sorry,
you're
Carlos.
deleted, Louis. And somebody else is coming in.
So
Oh
Tebow has
yeah,
to pick
I had to replace some of the stuff that I'd done earlier, Clue, because MV talked me into an exhibition game that made the team disappear.
It's my fault.
Well, yeah, I did it. Left fielder, I think this guy's fine. Minnie Minoso, Carlos
Minoso,
Yossi, Ashburn in center. That might be. I don't know. He's got. I don't know if this is a guy you really that will do well in this league, but um, who's your DH? Billy Williams? Maybe you platoon.
Yeah. It's an interesting. It's definitely going to surprise people. But there's my guy, Reggie Smith. Is that Reggie Smith for the Dodgers?
No, it would be the 1972 Red Sox version.
Oh, okay. He's still good anyway.
Yeah. This is a good team. Now let's look at his pitchers.
There's my boy, Jack Taylor. And Dutch Leonard and Jake Weimer. Trio straight away.
Dutch Leonard, take a look at this, the stat line on this guy.
This is crazy.
He's a 10 clutch, 280 ERA plus, and 877 whip. And he can pitch 224 innings. In our league, he could actually go, 336.
There's two Dutch Leonards. In history, there's two Dutch Leonards.
Now, there's one that's more recent, like in the 50s, I think.
Okay.
But, he's got, look at, and this Louis Tiant season in 72 was one of the better ones for him.
Yeah.
So he's got Randy Johnson, 171, Weimer, 142, 132 trucks, Jack Taylor. Now, Jack Taylor will have a big year next year. Scherzer, Pierce, Leonard, Lundgren, Tiant. Heck, Babe can even pitch a game.
This is going to be a team.
This is a solid A team. Yeah.
Yes, this is an A team.
You think?
Yes, without a doubt.
All right.
I'd say A.
Now we're going to look at a team that was in the playoffs last year. The most
last year,
it moved from Marshfield to Beantown.
This team inspired me to go power because this was a team. Paper, I was thinking, how did it happen?
Now,
when you look at them, awesome.
Over 10 RC27, Ken Williams.
He's brilliant. What era did he play in, Steve? Ken?
He's a George Sisler guy. He is 1923.
Wow.
Steve, your screen is the worst thing to try to read. Everything's so small.
It's my high res.
Yep.
What do you think of the catchers?
I don't know them, to be honest. I know David. Brian McCann.
Frankie Hayes, 114, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Brian McCann's good. Decent. I mean, they have some power, but they just don't have the batting average.
Yeah.
They are.
The power is
have power.
Bobby Avila.
Yeah, a great season too. 341 that season. Third base. Al Rosen.
Now that's 54 Al Rosen because 53 is lights out. 54 is pretty good, but 53 was great Al Rosen.
52.
Let's get backwards. Yeah. He's pretty good.
Trevor Story.
Yeah, not bad.
How about this old timer at shortstop? Freddie Parent.
Well, what's good about him?
Boston player.
Is he Freddie Parent? Let's just see. Okay, on base is a bit low, is it not? 326. He's a good like six. Yeah, he's probably like Joe's sister to me. Very close batting average to on base, but clearly a good shortstop.
Too bad you can't see strikeouts.
Patsy Doherty, Ken Williams is there.
Gary
Doby, right field, Jason Hayward. He has. Here's the guy that is going to surprise everybody. This guy can hit 50 plus home runs in our league, in my opinion, because he hit 13 in 1903.
He translates. Look at his power versus righties, 10, and his power versus lefties, a 9. If I'm clearly right, that's pretty good. Buck Freeman, baby.
Pitchers.
Now, last year he was, if I remember, he got to the World Series. Of course.
He almost did. He lost to Bernie in the playoffs.
Oh yes, the playoffs. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, if we look at him, he got 137 for win. Garcia was really good. Hippo Vaughn. This is a good pitcher that came off 1903, which is Bill Devine. Tim Hudson's there. Now, look at Blake Snell. 221 ERA plus in 2018. That's a sneaky season that goes under the radar for a lot of people.
Yeah.
How many innings does he pitch?
180.2. 31 games. Yeah. I mean, he's not going to go deep all the time.
That's
but he's
a lot.
Very efficient. John Denny, 147.
He was good last year as well.
If you have guys like that, you gotta have a good bullpen. That's what I'm saying.
Willie Hernandez in that MVP season.
Oh, wow. Is that 84?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Saito, remember him? Takashi?
Is this deep voice Mark? The one with Mark with the lovely voice. It's like chocolate.
No.
Yes,
Like
He's talking about Mark, Night Raven's friend.
Yeah, Mark.
That's Mark Knoll.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Mark with the K, and then Mark with the C's, Mark Unger, the thespian,
That's right.
the comedian and movie writer, show writer.
Yeah. Mark's got a great voice, I have to say.
All right.
Right.
Around the horn. This is
Well,
you know some of the people in this.
Yeah. I can't wait to do this league. But before you go any further, for Moneyball, we just skip. What grade do you give Beantown?
B.
B?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're really saying is T-Ville to win the Moneyball.
That's what I'm saying.
I say that too. If I had to say second place, I might. It's tough. Beantown has better pitching than Hagerstown, but Hagerstown I think has some stronger bats this year. So I think that could be a real. If I had to bet, I don't know who I'd put second. I think that could be a dead match for second.
It doesn't matter because whoever's second in the around the horn is going to get the wild card. So.
Well, we don't know.
Mike, what about you?
No, I'm saying I don't think. What do you mean? I'm saying I think in my division, whoever wins the division is going to be the only team that makes the playoffs.
Yeah.
Now then, go on, Steve.
I'm saying that I think that the wildcard team is going to come out of your division, Steve. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. It might, unless we beat each other up and have worse records. St. Louis used to be known as Liverpool, used to be known as the Horse Feathers. Thorn in Your Side, they're also known as MV.
I've lost track of all the names clues given to the team. All I know is they're a pain in the arse.
Yeah, so let's take a look. Well, we'll start with their pitching. What do you think? And these reflect trades that have happened up until today. A lot of activity with this Joe McGinnity coming over. Larry Jackson just joined the team.
Well, Mathewson, here's my thoughts on Mathewson. Clearly is going to be ace. I think St. Louis Hawks are going to give up a few home runs. I think Clue also transitions his team pretty well. So what we're seeing on screen right now will be the team by the end of the season. About 90% of these guys will be traded.
I think, just personally, after building the file and seeing players and all that, this is the best pitching staff in the league.
Click on Christy Mathewson for a second.
Mm-hmm.
How many home runs did he give up? 5?
Mm-hmm.
So just to let you know, 3 home runs equals about 31 given up in our league. So 5 is going to equal probably 40.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep that in mind. I mean, I know it'll probably work out to be where he's going to have a great ERA and great anything anyway, but somehow he's going to give up some long bombs. That's all I'm saying.
One of the best
For-
starting pitching staffs is what I should say. Best starting pitching staffs right here.
Yeah.
Well, look at the home runs per nine, though. This is the bit that scares me about that pitching stuff. By name recognition, it looks great. Look at the home runs per nine. It's something that Bernie has nailed pretty well. We saw a team earlier.
Chris Matthews is very misleading because he's going to give up about 35, 40 home runs.
Yeah.
So, maybe that's going to work out to, I don't know, does that work out to home runs per nine of 0.1? I don't think so.
We should see. Maybe, yeah.
It will. And McGinnity was one of Clue's original players who's come back into the league now. Yeah. And was he impressive?
We don't know. And next year he gets a lot better. Like if we look at him this year, his ERA plus 134. I think he just pitched a ton of innings, and I don't know if he's that great this year. Next year, I think he's 170 plus, and he can pitch more innings. So he's an Iron Man that's really stellar next year. I don't know if this is the year. 1904 will be the one that really has some pizzazz to it. Batters. Let's take a look at this RC27. He's got 3 guys over 10. That's nothing.
Sort by the OPS. Look at that shit.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, it follows the line right there. Look at that. 6 guys.
What ballpark is he playing in? Do you know, Steve?
He stayed in PNC.
All right, wise choice by Clue. Look at that lineup. Look at those players. The problem is, can't get them all in the field.
But, Piazza has been better defensively for him than I thought, and he's really great with the bat. First base, he's had Votto. Votto has just been, consistent on both sides. And now you got Edgar Martinez that I think is more of a DH, but, he's a great DH. And he's got the big cat who I think needs a breakout year. I think he was underwhelming last year, but
that's an insane roster right there.
He's got a lot of really good power DH options.
And his players as well.
This is the guy I wanted, and David. I don't even know if David can even remember what the hell he had to give up.
Martinez and Collins.
He's already forgotten about what he had to. But I wanted that guy Collins. He's gold going back. He's in 1914 now, going back. So he's going to have him for 10 years.
Oh wow.
Third base. I'm not sold on Brett. I mean, it's George Brett.
Yeah, he's fading.
I think he's going.
He's slowly going to start fading.
But hey, Jim.
I think Brett
can help him out.
I think that batting average will probably drop down to about 250, 260 for Brett. Just a hunch.
This guy has been a deal. He'll keep this guy for a while because he's an above average fielder, and he's got a good bat. And those are hard to find that combo in this league at shortstop.
Yeah.
And then you got Maury Wills, who's going to be like a pinch runner extraordinaire.
Yeah, pretty good. If you see Clue uses. There's Wally Moon with his moonshots.
Yeah,
nice.
Look at it. He's got a lot of outfield, and they're good ratings at all of these too, and bats. Trout, you never know how he's going to do. He had a bad year last year, but I mean, Trout plays a great center field. He hits. Betts and Wright is another Gold Glove with 32 homers and 346. That's going to be a big year for Betts.
Mm-hmm.
This team.
Yeah, I'd say the team to beat right here.
Maybe
an A.
I would say
A+.
You might have to say A+ if you say it's the team to beat.
B-.
Well, Clue, the thing about Clue, who said B-?
I was kidding.
Oh, David. Well, the thing about Clue is this: Clue is a very popular member of the league, obviously, and he tends to get to win his division. He's got probably the greatest record of getting to the playoffs, or maybe not the playoffs. Definitely getting to the top of his division. I don't think Clue's finished outside of third once, won it at least twice, 4 seasons we've had, and a very close second. But what happens is
he always had a trades well.
Drafts well, trades, but whatever it is, gap between him and second place is never the big amount that you think it should be for the talent that he has. So it's always interesting to see how Clue's going to break that paradigm.
He's trading. Trading is an activity that keeps him
happy.
Focused. So sometimes the trades, he enjoys them so much you don't know, are those trades going to help or hurt? I run into that myself once in a while thinking.
Well, the guy just traded Sandy Koufax, and he still has an A+ team, in my opinion. So
Yes.
You think it's A+? Okay, fair enough.
A+. This team, Chicago.
My boy David.
I'm going to sit this one out.
The horned
but I just want to
so
say this is a work in progress.
Well, just
He's
having
like
you
Bob
in the league,
Bob
David,
Over.
I want to say has been
Minus.
outstanding. So that's all I'm going to say. Now I have you in the same division, so I mean, life doesn't get much better than this.
Oh,
Oh god.
you guys get to give each other the reach around even more now.
We have virtual ways to accomplish that. Trust us.
Yeah, look at that at the top.
Look at that. He's got some. Sisler,
Gorgeous George.
He's added Sisler, right?
Almost average.
He
That's,
drafted
pretty good.
Bresnahan, which I think was a really good addition to that Giant team, going for like McGinnity as a pitcher. Bresnahan is an underrated guy with great OPS for the era he comes from. That should relate good. Joe Morgan. Who's his catchers look like here? Oh,
That's
Parrish.
Parrish.
you were able to dump Parrish onto him, but I think it may work
Well,
for David.
David likes him. David likes him. I don't.
He's like the Rob Deere of catchers.
He could
The
create a platoon situation here with Warner and Parrish. You know, he's got a good arm with it.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, get that.
I mean, he's 10. He's a 10
Sisler?
catcher. That's
He's a great catcher.
something.
Now, George Sister's an interesting. I think Sister will hit home a little bit. Last year, he hit 25 home. But his batting average, considering he's coming with a 407 batting average, I see drop as much as 120 points. Now, why that is, I could never figure out why.
I wonder if
I think it's because he's
in fanfare now that he's on a better team. You know what I mean? Sometimes playing.
Yeah, I was going to say now he's not playing.
Yeah.
Now he's not playing for the crown. I think he's probably going to pick it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
We shall see. But the guy that I've been looking at for is Dan Bruthers, first baseman. Don't sleep on Dan Bruthers.
Bruthers,
I think
he's got something up his sleeve for this guy going forward. I know David. Joe Morgan, he's fine. Third base. This might be the work in progress David's referring to. I can't see David starting season 5 with McMullen as the full-time third baseman.
because he's a 6?
If he does,
I can see him
because
with
David went on vacation and never returned. That's the only way Ken McMullen stays at third.
As of right now, Sid Gordon is going to be my starting third baseman to start the year.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Good.
He's got our buddy we fondly call Pee Wee Reese, and Roy McMillan is the backup. We worked the deal. We worked that big deal where you'll notice Clue that went over there. He turned and burned him. So that big Klazuski and Pee Wee Reese trade to get for me to get Campanella, but he's fine here at shortstop. Left field, I'm assuming Ryan Braun, David, is the go-to guy in left.
That is correct.
Center, you got options. Ken Berry, probably a defensive replacement.
It'll be Berry. It was a nice pickup in the draft.
Yeah. Right field.
Yeah.
It's going to be Slaughter for now. Yep.
Minnesota. Yes, nice.
Or it could be Mertes. I haven't seen him sim yet, so.
Yeah, maybe a platoon. You got to figure that one out.
Might do pretty good power-wise with the 7 home runs in 1903, but we'll see.
Yeah. What is it about Ryan Braun? Why does he get traded around so much? But he clearly, what I don't get is constantly around the league. But he seems to play pretty.
He's been everywhere. Clues used him.
David, Bernie. Interesting.
Look at this pitching staff. It seems to be very starter heavy, but he does have Trevor Hoffman. He just came to Chicago in a deal.
Yeah, former Red Bulls.
Not very light on the number of players too. Like 9.
Yeah, 9. So he's going to get a lot of innings out of these guys. Ryan, Kovaleski.
Okay, that home run per 9. I'm sure David would have fixed that.
Steve Barber rocking the 1.155 whip.
Yeah.
This is the man right here. I think Kovaleski. I think he'll be all right. Ryan, here's Ryan. Ryan would be really great if he didn't walk so much. If you look at the hits, he's only given up 166 hits in 284 innings, but the dude walks almost as many hits as he gives up. Look,
That was
157 walks for a
his whole
pitcher.
problem.
Just to see the ERA plus Steve, for him. What is it? I can't see it. Is it
127.
all right?
And his
Well, we'll
rating
see.
is a 1, so they can steal on him like crazy, but he can strike people out.
Okay.
What do we give David?
Um.
I'm
Hey,
feeling
B
B.
minus.
B plus.
B plus. A B, I guess. B is fine.
I'm thinking C because it's still.
Yeah, I'm more like
Oh, that's
David.
fine.
I'm more.
I think his team's rebuilding, so I was going to say B minus, and that's a good rebuild.
Yeah, I was going to say B minus C. Yeah.
I'm giving him a B because I know he's going to plug a couple things. I know.
Yeah,
he's
I'm sure he will.
another third baseman. I know he
Yeah,
does.
but that's not about what he's going to do, Steve. It's what that's what he has now.
Yeah.
You know, you can't assume he's going to plug your holes.
True.
You know.
That's
Your
very
own damn
true.
holes, David. That's what we're saying. You go plug your own damn holes, you.
Now here we go. Here's
Now, your
Oh.
favorite team in the
Bring out
league
the
to
hat.
criticize.
Bring up the hat right now.
Let me attack this one first.
I moved Willie to 59, so I lost my 1965 Willie. I had to give that up. So this isn't the same season I was expecting from him, but it's still all right.
Your Willie is not as. It's going to take a long while to stretch him back out to he was.
Yes.
To be fair.
No.
Excuse the pun.
Oh no, he'll be fine next year. He's the next 3 or 4. He's
catching
great.
duo there. Catching duo.
Yeah.
I mean, on the plate.
What's interesting though, Steve? Let's see. One World Series win, one World Series loss. That was a classic. And you've had one
playoff.
playoff.
I'm going
Technically,
slightly downhill each year.
Yeah, technically you've got the best team historically, across the 4 seasons. I think I'll be fair in saying that, along with David and probably Bernie. What strikes me about this team, but it's not as high as it used to be. I don't see 12s and 10s or 9s. In fact, I don't see any 9s. So I'm just curious how you're going to get your run. But, because you took Willie down. Is Willie going backwards, rebuilding, and you try to disguise it, or, okay, rebuilding?
No.
Fair enough.
But look at Willie. Willie's not bad.
No, Willie's going to be great.
I mean, he's still 965 OPS, but this is a weak year. Every year that I've got him for like the next 5 are all over 1,000, I believe.
Not a bad year to have, though.
No.
I mean, still 965.
And when he goes back, I'm going to get more stolen bases out of him.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's a wise choice. It's a good, interesting choice.
Campanella, I made a deal to get because I don't think you're not going to find guys like Campanella in the draft every year that can be decent. This is not a great hitting year for him, but he's always going to have like a 9 arm and a 9 rating. That's always good. First, I gave up a 9 in Klazuski and traded him, and I think you know where he's at. And I went with the first baseman. I don't think a 9 to a 6 is going to hurt me at all, and I've got such depth at first. Now I got Bagwell and Cepeda.
So who are you going to play at first?
Bagwell.
Yeah, so he's a 5. He's not.
Who's on first? Yeah.
So you got average first baseman, which isn't the worst thing in the world. I mean,
nope.
As long as he doesn't drop a bunch of throws coming to him from the infield. But.
Yep, and he's got good OPS plus. And I decided David let me choose whether I traded him Klazuski or Bagwell. I went with Klazuski. I'm giving up 2 bigger years, but I have probably 5 more years of Bagwell right around these numbers I can keep. That's why I kept him.
The Roids are strong with it.
Big Joe and Ugla, nice.
Ugla against lefties. I think I have it was going to be my DH against lefties because of how well he hits them with 33 home runs. And his power versus lefties is a 10, and he bats 306. 984 OPS against lefties. He'll be my DH in that situation. Davenport will be better the next 2 years. Actually, some good batting. He's always like an 8 or a 10, something like that. Caminiti is, I'll probably throw him in the trash next year, just like a paper plate. I need people to cut, but I need him this year.
Yeah. It's a 7.
Shortstop.
RC27.
Yeah.
Ozzy.
I
The
got
great
a guy,
Ozzie Smith.
the great Ozzie Smith still in the league, and this guy has done well for me. I think he's going to be all right for me compared to the production I've had at that position.
Mm.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I've never had a real hitting like that. Left field, I've got a guy here that I picked up, this Jackie Brandt. That's a Gold Glove
Mhm.
left that I've just got hanging around. But Winfield has a great year where he's a Gold Glove and has a little bit better power this year.
Yeah, but again, the RC27 surprises me.
Yep.
You know, it's weird, really weird.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Carlo, great arm, great field,
Mike Stanton.
rookie year. So I've got possibility with him forever. This guy here has got a lot of pop. JD Martinez.
Oh wow.
I'd like to
Yeah,
move him up
he's
in the
your.
team, but his numbers say I shouldn't. But for some
He's
reason,
an
I just don't.
underrated player.
He just doesn't fit my style. But there he is.
Yep.
Willie Kirkland, I've got. That was a nice pickup, just as a backup. But so I can go 10,
solid
10,
team.
Very nice.
and then when I go to right field, I'll probably be playing Giancarlo. I think you know what's good. My team, you won't see a lot of lefty bats, but you know what they all do? All of my righties hit righties good, and in some cases better than lefties.
You mean all you're right? Yeah, okay, gotcha.
So it can be a little deceiving. So if you look at Stanton, he's 272 righty, 218 lefty. I think somebody else is like that too. JD's not too bad. He's almost equal righty lefty. So it looks like, hey, I need some lefties, but my righties hit okay. So we'll see how that works out.
For me, you're great, Steve. Oh, you're still a pitcher. Oh, here's my favorite player, Cy Young. It's going to be interesting to evaluate him going forward. Is this his last great year?
No, it's
Jesus
his weakest, and he's
Christ.
got many more to come. He's going backwards.
Yeah, he's
only 124. Dolph Luke, though, is almost at 200. He's a 199 ERA plus, 300.
he's going to be good.
Three Finger Brown, 160. He's good. Jones and Sanford, I picked up. Kevin Brown, this is kind of an off year. He's 156, but this guy is going to be good for like
Still good.
5 or 6 going forward.
Mm.
And here's a guy I grabbed with the Marlins, 173, Josh Johnson. 1 year,
Yeah,
he goes in the trash like with the rest of the trash. Right into the garbage. Right into the bin.
Right into the garbage with Caminetti and his steroid vials.
Yep. Orozco, this is a down year for him, but I think he's like 180 next year, so I might keep him as a reliever.
I like
and I got this Hensley and Sanchez, 184, 176. So I've got some relief out there.
Yeah, solid team. A.
I would rate it.
I'd give it a B. I say a B. Mike, what do you think?
Him? Steve? A minus.
A minus.
Pitching
Yeah.
is awesome, and his lineup is
Pitching
pretty
is-
flawless. I think. I mean, he's got he's got some spots,
I don't
but
have
A
the
minus.
OPS plus and RC27 like some teams do. So I'm
I think
anxious
it's
to run
solid.
some sims and see.
I just think it's tough beating Clues division. That's all.
I got you on something. Watch for a DM.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
Incoming trade.
Now, I wonder what the owner of this club had for dinner tonight. But that's a whole nother story.
That's another.
Anytime I get Aaron on here chatting and stuff, I'm always picking on him about, hey, what'd you have to eat? And taking the conversation sideways. But let's look at his matters. He's got.
What he does have is a Texas Rangers 2000. And you all know how much I like from 2000, mid 2000s. So he should have
Josh Hamilton with
Josh Hamilton in his MVP year.
He's got some Cubs from last year that he kind of liked. Joey Davis, I know that. Jody Davis, Freddie Freeman. He's got now. That's a solid first baseman, and he's got Tony Perez now. That he
Nelson Cruz.
Ryan Sandberg, okay, Hall of Fame second baseman with Kinsler. I mean, Aaron's not a joke. This team is pretty deep.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
they
It's
look
deep.
good.
It's very deep.
Willie Jones, Puddinhead, I believe, is what he's known as.
Yeah.
But we can't.
Did I see Ken Griffey Jr. on that team?
You did, and he's going younger and younger and younger, and he'll never get rid of him.
Unless he gets traded. Yeah.
2004, he's going to keep going backwards with him. So if we look at that, so he's got Beltray,
Good
Elvis
team.
Andrus, and Lou Boudreau.
He's got big pop players like Kins Young, who I never played well in the league.
46 homers.
He's got
Elvis Andrus, the
Adam
great
Dunn,
shortstop.
Nelson Cruz, and Josh Hamilton. And he picked up
Elvis Andrus does well in the league.
Cesar Geronimo and Ken Griffey in center. Yeah, he's not hurting. With all the
No.
ice cream he's been fed, he's still got a lot of money in the bank.
So loads of talent on offense for sure.
Yeah, really good. In fact, if we OPS it, yeah, he's got plenty of guys over 900. Pitching, he's had bad pitching.
That's all I'm going to say. It's going to continue. Because I don't see it. Do you?
No,
Jose Rios.
It's like a turkey that's on the table.
Okay, 172
Nice.
Ellie Reynolds, 140, 132, 171, 127, 154. Well,
Good.
86. 169, Darren O'Day, 206. Joe Nathan, 286.
Wow.
Darren Oliver, 169. When you 323 for Alexi Ogando. ERA
Oh, shit.
plus.
It's how it now translates.
Correct. But when you first look, you go,
All right, plus,
his pitching isn't that good, but I'm going to give his team
I think it's
a B minus or B.
If Aaron's team is set up right, he would take wins away from
it's not bad.
for sure.
I give B minus because he hasn't proven anything yet.
And you know, I'm not going to agree.
We don't know who he's going to trade away yet. So
You don't know who's been traded away or will be traded away.
Gosh, I'm the ice cream man. Stop me when I'm passing by.
The ice cream men haven't been yet.
There we
Let's
go.
take a look at this
Right.
guy's team. What do you think about this character
Let's
right
get
here?
some shit here.
Let's look
This
at
is
this
an A+
RC27.
group.
What do we think? Man Ram
But
right
first-
there.
Definitely not as potent as last year. I know that, but
Yeah, I was just saying it doesn't as potent as last
Feel
year.
good. Feel
But you've
really
got some good OPSs, sorry. The RC727, which is a good stat to look at, you're right.
He's got
It's still
Sam
good.
Crawford. There's one weakness Mike has, and we're probably going to see it, but it isn't anything to do with a bat in their hand.
it's defense.
Let's have a look.
Oh, you're not even gonna look at my team?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to pull him up. Well, okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Catcher first. Yeah, he's got.
Well,
That's the best.
he's my only best guy. He's my best fielder anyway.
Yeah, look
I
at him.
have.
What's he
And
got
that's-
in the arm? Look at this. He's a 10-10 fielding, and then you get an over 300 with power. I mean, that's like a triple. I mean, you'd have to go to like a Johnny Bench or a Mike. Even Mike Piazza doesn't match because his fielding isn't that good. But
Yeah.
nothing wrong with his catcher. First base.
Euclid will be first. Him and Keith Hernandez might come in at some point, but he's not exactly the.
Second base. It's Lajoie starting to. He came off that magic season last year, but look at him. He's still a 9, batting 337. He'll probably hit what, 30 homers?
I don't know. We'll see.
Has Hornsby actually done anything in our league, Mike?
Mike,
Hornsby?
here it comes. Here comes in with the little shade.
No, shame at all. No, I know Mike.
Hornsby hasn't really come
It
into
is-
his own yet.
Next year is
Right.
when Hornsby starts going nuts for 10 years.
Yep.
That's what I was saying. When does he come into his own? Because he's Roger Swanson.
Next year, for like 8 years for Hornsby and 7 years for Cobb, they are both the batting champions, and Mike will have the batting champions for each league for like 7 or 8 years straight.
Yeah,
So-
it's gonna be fun. That's gonna be.
Carlos has the Garrett Groove thing to milk those years like in perfect order, right? And then Mike has the Cobb Hornsby thing lined up. Those will be two fun teams to watch with those like duos on there.
What about Lajoie?
He's kind of close. He's got a couple more seasons left, decent, and then his career's over on the early side. So then he's done. So he'll be available in probably about 3 seasons, maybe for the draft again. Unless he comes up again, his year, or maybe his later years come up and I go backwards towards 1904. Then I can draft that team. But I'd like to do that. I mean, but anyway.
I like her team. Like I have to say, kick my ass.
It does.
So Ray was just acquired. Third base is that was like my question. Dick wrote it. Shortstop. Well, obviously Hornsby's a low defense, but I'm not taking that bat out. I don't care who is
Boone's
there.
a good defender, and look at this. He's a 10 power versus left. So like definitely whether he plays full time or platoon, Boone beats the hell out of lefties.
Is that only a 2 power versus right? Is that right?
7.
Oh, 7. I can't read it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I was gonna say, how can you be a 10 and a 2? That's all right.
Extreme.
So
Left field's gonna be Manny. That's gonna be Manny. Manny's only a 3. He's gonna be left, but Manny's got a great offensively.
Cobb in center with an 8.
Yep. And then right now I have Chris Bryant playing right. I think.
Wow.
He's not really that great this year.
And
but
I did notice. Let's look at Ty Cobb here. He's only a 6 durability. This is a year he was actually hurt, right?
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, he's only got how many games?
98.
Yeah, so he's going to be injured.
But you've got.
So yeah, I'm going to figure out who can play center there. Just Ellsbury. Ellsbury will get 18. Yeah, he's only got 3. Yeah, so I'm going to have
what's wrong with Ellsbury? Oh, he doesn't.
I definitely need an outfielder still. So yeah.
I got you, man.
Yeah. I could. Well, whatever. I'm not going to say anything, but okay. And the pitching is, decent, but a lot of people have good pitchers. I mean, a lot of teams have good. Just looking at the teams. What do you look at? The pictures? He's doing. He's doing something with photo work.
Oh yeah, I'm doing it. I got to figure out why Rocky Nelson isn't on your team, but I'll get to that.
What are my pictures? Hey, fucking.
Let's take a look at these guys.
Just disrespect around.
Disrespect. The Rodney Dangerfield.
He lucked into some stuff this Mike guy did with this Addy Joss. He was going to be. Look at his whip. Look at the whip on that guy. MV. 0.774 whip.
He's gonna be good.
Mike seems 4 years of shit.
Rotation. Maybe 3 if I get it.
Addy Joss. Feller 162. Lolich 127. Haddix 128. Clay Buchholz is 178 and Arrieta's 145. 179. Papelbon 160. Rory Face, you got a 148. Yeah, Mike's got a solid pitching staff.
He's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'd give myself a minus.
That's exactly what I was going to say. A minus.
Oh, B. No, I said B minus. I'd give myself a B or B plus.
No,
I would have said a B.
This is a solid A team right here.
No, I don't think so.
An A team.
I got some work to do.
I think with Cobb
Mike,
being
what I'm
out.
saying is you should win that division. If you don't, you're going to disappoint us all. That's the pressure we're putting on you right now.
Yeah, right.
Oh, here's a team right here that Lancaster, the Fighting Amish. They don't just make pies.
Bernie's favorite
They
team.
make
Bernie's
baseball
favorite
dreams
team.
come true.
Bernie's favorite team. The Lancaster Fighting Amish.
No love lost between Lancaster and Vegas. Wouldn't that be a great World Series to watch?
Oh my God.
I would actually do a pay-per-view. I'd pay my $40.
I would just like to have them both on the same chat for 7 games in a row.
That would be great.
We would have to label it adults only or something like that. I don't know if I could get away with that.
Hitting's not very good.
Mauer.
Not the best.
Mauer's a good catcher. Here's a guy that has Elston Howard. Why?
Oh, yeah, Nelson Howard.
He'll get better.
1959 Yankees is why.
Yeah. He'll get better at 60 and 61%.
First baseman, how about Jim Bottingley? Sonny Jim. In the Moose.
I'd play Scour.
Gabby Crap is still there.
DJ LeMahieu, and he's got And Bobby Richardson was not kept by
Yeah.
MV. I mean,
He'd
by
run out of
Germany.
years by that point. Remember, Bobby Richardson, 6, I think, or
He goes,
65.
I'm back, baby, I'm back in the league. The
But
fun
he's
thing is,
back.
he's like
He's back.
third baseman. I think he's okay. Brooks
Happy
Robinson is
Felsh.
another guy that plays great defense, but he doesn't really give you outstanding offensive seasons.
Mm.
Perfect.
He's perfect. Good. He's got shortstop. He got Kessinger to back up Sewell, so he could platoon them. And he just got this trade. Will Toole and Lancaster pulled this one off. Max Carey on the team now.
His numbers are not impressive whatsoever. I mean,
No, it's a
263.
weak hitting. These guys are going to
He's
slap
got a-
baseballs around the infield, but
Mm.
Max Carey's a 10. Happy Felsch. Bill
Happy Fellows was
Nicholson.
controversially left off in season 1, so it's good to see him back. It's good to see him finally make the league. He's back in now.
Yeah,
Here's
I've
a
seen
guy that
enough of
these
his.
numbers should translate to good home runs, and that's Gavi
What team was
Krabs.
Bill on?
He
'Cause
will
I
do well.
my team one year. What team was he on? Was he on
Bill
the
Nicholson
Browns?
was
Or
an
no?
old Cub, like from the late 30s through the 40s.
Uh,
Nicholson was 1943 Wrigley.
Oh, I think I might have tried. I was thinking about drafting all the guys that I thought was decent, but all right.
Got 420 game winners.
Yeah.
This guy will
Epa's
never
still
leave the
going.
league. Epa.
Epa. I think Epa's coming to the end of the road.
His pitching staff is not bad. Burt Blyleven was a good pickup this year. He's got Whitey Ford now. He's going to take.
Yeah, he's
Right
going to
back.
be great. Lacus' pitching style is going to be lights out. If he keeps Whitey Ford, Whitey Ford's going to be great next year. I know for a fact because I had him last year. It's the same year repeating itself.
Yeah. What are we giving him grade wise? Is this a C plus team?
It's a C plus team.
Pitching's a good B plus, but the hitting's probably a C minus.
Yep. I agree
That's
with
being
David summing
generous.
it up. Now we got season 2 for the for Jamie's team that was a
Team to watch.
last year here.
The Generals.
Take a look at their not tons of OPS, but he's got some players. He's got Carlton Fisk.
A bit of background for those who don't know. He was the World Series finalist in 1 and 2. And it's come after a brief sabbatical.
Yeah. It basically wore himself down knocking Sean out of the playoffs. It took a lot out of him just to knock.
The 2 classic series where Sean had an amazing managerial debut on screen. It was awesome. Awesome.
See,
That's the best way to put it.
Clue,
Sean, if you watch him,
Clue can't tune
you're
in.
well
He's
remembered.
sending me things like if we could have a season 5 matchup, he said that's called Krusty Codger and Old Coot. So there you go. Let's see what we got here.
This team
First base. What do
is
we have?
on the move. Got Joe Kelly. Picked Joe Kelly up from me. He's going to be good for a long while he rebuilds. This is a team definitely rebuilding.
Yeah, Starge will be good going backwards. Second baseman. He's got guys that can play Doyle and Cash. Okay, he can platoon them. Third base.
So Clemente.
But he can use Kelly. That Kelly's one of these multi-purpose guys. Richie Hebner, the grave digger.
You got Roberto Clemente in this team as well.
Oh yeah, let's get to the outfield. There is Gene Klein's, George Burns. I have to put their initial in here because it's the 2 George Tioga and get me all confused with pictures. Clemente, Klein. Oh, look at this.
Baines.
Not only do we have 2 Hall of Famers in the outfield, and Clemente and George Burns.
And Harold Baines.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
George. I meant Baines, not Burns.
Yeah.
And how about this? Greg Lazinski.
The Bull.
Joe Kelly's going to be his cornerstone for that team.
What do we think about this pitching staff? Rube Waddell. He's not letting him
Not
go.
bad
How
at
about
all.
Jeff Tessero?
Bad.
This is a really good pitching staff for year 2.
I think you lose Blass after. Blass will have his problem with the Yips one day. He'll be gone. You got LSD, Doc Ellis, not bad. Justy's alright. It's a work in progress, and Waddell's going to be lights out.
I
for the
might give
next
Jamie a
contract.
C plus.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Here's one team that used to be known as the Mid-Michigan Thrillers. They are now the Crystal Lake Killers. So
What's up, Slash? What's up, fella?
I got to.
I know he's in the studio.
Thanks to damn David, the S can't stick, so I got to go do more work on the logo because it's Killers with the Z.
Well, it just makes more sense that way to have it with the Z.
Yeah. This team's no joke. Jimmy Fox is now in a Jimmy Fox type year, and he's going to keep getting better and better and better all through the 30s.
Yeah, that's a good keeper right there.
Got a great. Okay, here's another guy that's a premier catcher I completely forgot about. Pudge Rodriguez. Great bat. 10, 7 arm this year. Fox and Cabrera aren't much in the field, but he's got Adrian Gonzalez there. Yo, Adrian.
Yo, Adrian.
If anybody hasn't read, not only you missed the sale on Action Jackson, but Jose Altuve is offered up right now.
I've always felt with Slash team. He won the toilet bowl, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
And I always thought his team would kick on into the playoffs. But it never quite got there. I'm not quite sure why. Because look at that talent.
He has always been close to the division title and just
Yeah.
missed it. Every year.
Yeah. He's got great talent. Barry Bonds, Jimmy Fox, Miguel Cabrera,
He
Pudge.
just added Carew, so when Altuve leaves after this year, he's got Rod Carew there with Lou Whitaker, so he's good at second. Chase Headley's there. Now this is a steal in the draft there from last year. He got Wade Boggs.
The talent's there. You know? Talent is there.
Alan Trammell at short. Not a great year for him. Left field. Barry.
Oh, I'd love to have Barry Bonds. I think everybody would.
He's got Curtis Granderson there, and now he's got Dwight Evans out in right field. And he picked up, I think, for the future. I think this was an off year, but going back to 71 next year, he'll be really good. Is Tony Oliva?
I think from a talent point of view, might be the strongest I've seen so far.
Well, we know
It's
what
so
we're about
strong.
to see with this guy. We're about to
Yeah.
see his OPS, this on base plus, go up to like some ungodly numbers when he has 70 home runs and 200 walks or whatever it is.
Yeah. And the thing is, Slash doesn't like to trade away. Well, why would he? Because he's got great players. He's guards them tightly, more tightly than Fort Knox. But this team is so talented.
He's got Bob Gibson that he's going to ride all the way through the 60s, in my opinion. Verlander, who's going to be consistent. Wainwright. I think this is at least a B plus team right now.
I think so. I think it is. I'm waiting for that. Maybe the brand change. From Slash. What were they called? Michigan? What were they called? Mid-Michigan?
They were the Mid-Michigan Thrillers. They're about to be the Crystal Lake Killers.
Killers, right.
Yeah, you can see his logo with the hockey mask.
So Slash Deep, otherwise known as Jason, has now turned his team into Crystal Lake Killers.
That's my secondary name I made for him is Jason's team, because it's
Jason
Friday the 13th.
What's up, Slash?
You'll notice the St. Louis Hawks are also known as the Ice Cream Man. That is their second one there, by the way.
He's the Ice Cream Man. What do you call Bernie? Right, just a quick one, Steve. Because great, terrible. So,
right.
Before you go there, just go back. Steve, go back to text.
Yep.
So just to summarize the Global League, the Moneyball division, we're calling it. But it's going to be tight. Chico's, Kagertown, and Bernie Town are all just up there as well.
If I had to call it division winners, I'm not even going to go for wild card. I'm just going to say
Yeah.
T-ville in the Moneyball, St. Louis and Around the Horn, and D-Gens and Sandlot. That would be my pick.
I agree. I think so. Right, go for it.
Naturals over here. This guy who made the playoffs is always in the running. I call him this guy, Yoko, right?
GM of the year. Amazings. That's it. He always had talented teams.
He's got some OPS plus. Lance Berkman is on the team.
Wow.
Mike Schmidt. Andrew McCutcheon.
That Berkman's going to be good. Berkman's going to be really good. And McCutcheon.
He's not hurting a catcher.
Nope. In fact, he's probably got one too many.
First base, Berkman. I don't know. He could use a first baseman that could field. I guess does Bill Hinchman play there? He's got good numbers.
Yeah, I can't really see.
I'll have to let the ice cream men know. Maybe they'll leave a little extra behind when they make a run. Maybe something will just fall off the truck, if you know what I mean.
I can see the ice cream man looking at this game.
Yeah. Okay, he's got a couple decent second basemen, third base. Yeah, he's
Mike Schmidt, Michael Jack, yeah.
And he's got the Kung Fu Panda there now as a backup. Cal Ripken, he's rolling with.
Last season either.
I think it's one of his best.
Yeah.
Carl Crawford was delivered in an ice cream container.
Deposited on the kids.
Yeah, 307 hitter, good, great. He'll play. Andrew McCutcheon, maybe.
Landis had a really good Berlin in season 1 and 2.
He's a great
for Berlin. That's pretty good.
Yeah, he's got outfielders that look better on paper than they'll probably perform, in my opinion. They haven't left him much meat on the bat in the outfield, is what I'll say.
I think this team will be carried by a Lance and Andrew McCutcheon.
Yep. What do we think about this pitching staff, though? It's deep.
Dear.
Oh, look. Okay, anybody that needs a reliever, okay, you know which block to run the truck down. Look.
Okay, at the first glance, good relievers, Sergio Romo, Andrew. Yeah, from a whip point of view, the thing that worries me about this team, again, using that stat of home runs per 9, there's a lot of home runs that are going to fly out. However, Kitsune's always top of the season. They've always been at the top of their division, but with the realignment, who knows what's going to happen?
Well, my gut is telling me, as impressive as a couple of these names are, I've got to say C.
Amazing.
This is a team that Bernie said after looking at it was that he wished he had, which I never believed the minute he said it. Because when I'm looking at it, I wouldn't trade my team for that team.
Yeah, Bernie's just selling it. What do you say, Jeff?
I'd say B-.
Yeah, B-.
All right.
Team's not that bad.
It's competitive.
I'll meet you with a C+. I'll move mine from a C to a C+.
I can't wait to play them.
How about Long Island here? This is Legend's so busy running his network and his projects, but
yeah,
he'd be
Legends
if he put time. Look at this Bucklefoot Owl coming in here.
He's going to be great. If Legends puts some ages of, he would be devastated.
Buster Posey, great catcher.
Franklin.
Mark Teixeira and Eddie Murray, and look at Mickey Vernon. Look, they can all hit, and then they can field.
Yeah, this team, Eddie Murray's been with him.
Bobby Grich. Not a bad year for 30 homers, 301 for DeCinces. He's got Boa.
Mm-hmm. Good defenders, yeah. Good defensive players.
Albert Bell. Got Freddie Lynn, and this guy. If you play him in right or center, where is it?
Why is Albert Bell never really taken off steam? You and I know from the Shack. This guy hits, but he hasn't really lit the league on fire, has he?
No.
I wonder how old he is. He must be getting past his peak.
He is going forward, 94, 95 were better years. He's moving forward.
He's done.
Yeah.
This is his White Sox year.
What do we think here?
Steve Carlton's going to be great. And then there's not much else.
No.
Billy Wagner obviously is going to be great. So the pitching might be his. Well, not might be. I think might be his. Jeff, what do you think? Or Mike?
What? Sorry, I just joined.
Yeah. What do you think, Jeff?
I don't know. It's a tough one.
Pedro, not his best year, but could have one.
Long Island, I'd give him a C plus.
Yeah, C
Yeah,
plus.
I'm with you. I agree with that. There's
I'll give him
one
a C.
that's getting better too, right? Marshfield went worst to first. Brooklyn made some strides to get better, but I think Brooklyn, as distracted as Mark Unger's been with other stuff going on, is smart about this team. And let's take a look at what he's got. He's got Larry Walker. Look at this year. I didn't realize till I imported him. Look at the
Massive year.
that Larry Walker put up.
That is insane.
And he
Colorado.
snagged Al Kaline from the 59 Tigers.
That is insane. Ty K-Line, Yost, and Larry Walker, an MVP.
What a player he was.
Yeah.
And the altitude.
He's got good catchers.
Yeah.
Not bad, yeah. Some trade bait
He's
there.
got first base covered.
Yes, he does.
I love his second baseman.
Yes.
And he's not bad at third. Manny Machado, 37 homers, can play third. Eddie Yost is there.
Gotta get Yost in the lineup.
Although, yeah, he might put Yost in and put Machado and then use Bill Russell maybe defensively.
Yeah.
Willie Davis is back in the league along with George. He's got George Foster going backwards.
Willie Davis played on Jamie's two teams that got to the World Series. I remember.
I made a trade for him.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Pretty good player.
Good.
But Larry Walker is going to be awesome.
This Paul Wainer, which isn't really great all that much yet, but he's going to keep getting better and better. And Earl Averill going the other way is going to keep getting better. And Heine Minush. So he's got these three guys here that are just going to keep getting better, that are big hitters.
It's going to be good.
This
Bill
is a
Buckner,
team in the future to look out for, I think.
Yeah, big time. Getting stronger.
Some good seasons for some of these guys, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd give them a B plus.
I think his team's a B. B
Yeah,
minus,
B.
B-ish.
Yeah.
B. I'd give him a B.
Todd B.
B.
Todd B is coming in with, let's see what he's got here. A great Tito Francona.
Yeah, he's got some good players. Todd's
got some name recognition on this team. These are guys who can play baseball right here. Catching,
average at best.
Bill Terry is going to keep getting better. What's the guy meant? He's young. So he's
going
going
to
to keep getting better every year. I love his second baseman.
Excellent second baseman. One of the best in the league.
I'd say an upgrade, but look at Vinny's numbers.
He's not bad. He's not bad at all. Again, sometimes I look at the great metric. Look at the RC27.
And he's a guy that got my wife met during an interdiction thing out on the highway and got us tickets to the ball game. So he's hooked me up with tickets to a ball game when he worked as a coach with the Rockets. Shortstop, I think he's fine.
Good. Jim Rice.
There, right? Jim Rice. He added Colavito this year.
Pretty good. Rocky's back in the league, isn't he? Or did he ever leave?
Hack Wilson, a 10 in the outfield. I had no idea the guy could feel that way as a 10 this year and a 7 arm. No idea.
I didn't know Tito Francona was that good.
Me either.
But
Dick Wilson was built like a fire hydrant.
That's true.
What about Todd's pitching?
The
The first guy's going to be really good. What's his ERA plus?
Ed Walsh. Yeah,
165, and then Doc White. Yeah, a little low on that, but
that's a great one too with Doc White. Doc White, I think he'll be good.
here comes two guys back in the league. How about Dave McNally and Cuellar back in from the 72?
Yeah, pretty good too. But I like Doc White, Ed Walsh. Great one too.
B.
I'd say that's got talent on there. I'd say
Yeah.
better than I think. B definitely. So who are you picking for that division? That's amazing.
You know what? After looking at the teams, I actually think it's going to be competitive as all hell.
Yeah, it's going to be a great race. This could be Cleveland coming back. Who knows?
It's going to be. I don't see anybody that stands out to me, and I say, yeah, they're the favorite. I think this is I would call it a toss-up division.
Yeah, I think Todd B got a great chance. I like that one too. Those two pitchers.
Word hot in that John Ellis will be joining the Hagerstown team.
Okay.
The 30th player.
What's up?
All right, defending champion moving to a new division.
Defending champion. Bernie. Well, Bernie's failure carefully constructed a very different.
It is. This is probably the lowest RC27 I've seen.
Yeah. And yet he kills. Tom Mattingly was a great pickup. Tim Rainsley. The defense is lights out. There's not really a weakness on that field. There really isn't. I played about 6 times today.
Simmons. Yeah, Mattingly will start. Second base. Does Javi Baez start?
Yep. He does start, but he does start him at second.
Wow, 167 Ks though. I mean, I just seen the guy in real life, and he's just.
But this Javi Baez is actually quite good.
Yeah.
He's brutal.
Yeah, he's brutal. Longoria is back.
And a very good timely back to the left.
Aparicio.
Aparicio short, yeah.
A lot of bases.
Yep. With Reigns as well.
This is a team that is built to protect their low offensive output. Or is it built the opposite?
I think they can hit on the run. They proved it. Marshfield, what was Marshfield, now B-Town, in the playoffs, and then beat Clue's team as well. That's some doing. Because it's not just what you see on screen. And that damn Dodger Stadium. I hate it.
Oh, why isn't Andre Dawson's picture?
This could be the year we have the first champion to successfully defend a World Series.
But I would say the normal odds would say that won't happen the way history has gone, but it could.
You came close. You came as close as you can get.
We know the Naturals are a toss-up. Let's look at the rest of the bench warmers. Here's Hadley Lake. Rudy York is going to be the premier catcher. Their OPS plus, they've got power. They got several guys over 900. They just added Albert Pujols. This is a guy that's going to bring a lot of power and consistency to that team.
If he stays.
Right, if he's not traded.
The ice cream man will be circling.
Oh, they have. Will said they had immediately. He had already been
making inquiries.
Some of these photos aren't sticking, so I've got to go manually stick them. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, Cookie. You know good old Cookie Rojas, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got options for Cookie. We'll put him in a Royal uniform there. So Charlie Neal, who just came over with Frank White, that was the ice cream man delivered him earlier today. Chipper Jones, I mean, all right, not a great year for him. Brendan Ryan, this is a nice pickup for defense, not much with the bat. Harvey Keene, though, got a decent average. Left fielder. Amos Otis is standing out to be maybe the center fielder, or Bernie Williams. Ichiro's good, but aside from that, it's an underwhelming outfield.
Bernie Williams might be a bit of a surprise. Might be.
Okay, we've seen the batters. How about the pitchers here? Some people that came over and trade Bert Hooton.
Well, Eddie Plank should be good. I don't know who Roger Nelson is. I played in the 70s.
Well, take a look at this. It's the 1 year you want Roger Nelson. He's a 146 ERA plus, has some really good numbers. Kind of a swing man. I don't know if the Will feels all good about his team. I know he's trying to rebuild.
Sacked, devastated.
C minus?
No, not that bad, Steve. I said C, maybe even a B minus. I think there's talent there with Eddie Plank, for sure. Red Faber, I think he's talented enough to do damage. Steve Busby always has to play them.
You got names, but I don't see an ERA plus. There's a 147. I'm surprised if somebody watches this broadcast, they'll be circling like buzzards around this guy. He's a 147.
What about Eddie Plank? What about Plank?
108.
I've got a feeling that's going to translate really well.
Hubble, he's going to keep him. Well, unless they get it from him. He's going to be getting better and better.
He's never done well in the league, though, has he?
He's never had a good season, and he's still high up. He's working his way back into the 30s, I think. And he's got Eckersley probably in one of his worst relief years.
I say B minus.
No.
No, worse. No.
I think from compassion, we're trying to score this one a little bit higher.
Give me your honest score. We are honest appraisal.
C minus best, and that includes me wishing him the best.
I like the way you put it. Well, for what it's worth, Will, if you listen, I'd say it's a C.
Bernie's got a pretty easy
Ichiro, if Ichiro, he's got an easier division. If Ichiro and Pujols can carry it, maybe some of these other guys come through with some bats, maybe. The Man Bear Pigs, Fear the Pig.
Who is it? Hammer Time.
This is Hammer Time.
Yeah.
Take a look. He's got some guys.
I love that name. Yeah. Justin Morneau.
I give him different logos for the Fear the
name. Jim Tomey, Justin Moore.
Catcher's nothing to write home about. First base, he's got Morneau there. Hal Chase, there's the gambler. The raunchy gambler, rebel.
Corrupted by Benny Calfee.
Orlando Hudson, pretty nice 10.
Defense.
He added Tommy Helms, who played for the Astros there. You got to remember, this is also a team that is in their second year.
Yeah. True.
And an expansion team.
Very true.
Doug Rader at third.
Never heard of J.J. Hardy.
Played for the Orioles, I think. He's got Cy Williams, Jimmy Wynn, the toy cannon, Delman Young in the outfield, Claudel.
Bob Watson.
Mm-hmm. Pitcher-wise.
There's a pitcher I like, Don Wilson.
I wonder why some of these didn't Stick. I know I've got pictures for him. I made all
Was
the
he a,
pictures.
was he a strikeout pitcher, Don Wilson?
Let's see. Ks per
Case
nine,
per nine,
6.8. No, Liriano's probably his biggest guy here. Carl Pavano.
Satchel Paige.
Getting younger. Getting younger. Yes.
What is he? 100 and what?
120.
Okay.
Of course, he was 62 that year. Something close to it. What do we say to Maplewood? Is that a C- team just because of where they're at in and
I think they're C.
C
and rebuild. Yeah.
Here's a team most people mix up because of all the names with mid in them and things like that and hammers in all of our leagues. This is midlife. This is Philadelphia resurrecting what started out as a franchise with pitching and defense, and I would say midlife figured out a better way to use some of the Yankee players that were on that team.
I think midlife is the genius of the league.
And he is going to start putting his fingerprint on that.
Yes.
And this will be a team to look out for.
It's weird. Even though the two different owners for the same franchise, Berlin and then Philadelphia, the way he manipulated as did Berlin roster, season 3, where he had, like you, Steve, he had like a
He's got
was
sneaky
insane.
picks on this. So here's what I noticed. Look at his catchers. Look who he added.
Yeah.
He added Carlos Ruiz, who's a 302 hitting 9. And you got
That's
Gene
excellent.
Tennis that's going to have some power coming up, right? That's good.
Yeah.
First base, he's got Ryan Howard now.
Well, Howard's only good for a season.
He'll be okay for a few. Here's a guy I worked a trade with him back to get a pitcher, and Harry Heilman is a guy.
That's a bad boy.
This is early 1920. Ty Cobb is just starting to work with him. He's going to be getting really good through the 20s, so he's going to have a premier hitter there. Second,
wow,
how's it getting better than that?
Doesn't get any better than that. Both of them are trade bait.
Third base, he's fine. He grabbed Bando to backup trainer, so he's really got good depth at positions.
He's like a Bernie type of team.
Rollins and Campaneris, not great batting years for them, but Joe Rudy, a good left field pickup this year. Victorino.
What's interesting about this team, I recognize that because they played in the old. A lot of these guys were from season 1.
Yes.
Like Reggie Jackson's from season 1. Quite a few of these. Final Munson. But I'd like to see Chase up in this.
Where did he go? Right here. Let's go back to pitchers. What do we think?
Ooh. Anyone stand out?
I call him, he has the old 70s classic relievers and Fingers and Gossage.
Chris Sale.
He has 72 Vita Blue. You know what happens next year when he goes to 71? It's that one great year for Vita Blue.
Yeah.
He got Halliday in 2010, which is great.
Sale is the ace.
This guy, Steve Rogers, a pretty good year, I think. 150 ERA plays, probably one of his best.
What is Sale? What's his ERA plus?
177.
Yeah, he's gonna be great. Wish I had him.
What I honestly think that's a B team. If not a B plus.
I think Bernie might be under a little pressure with that.
Oh yeah, he doesn't. I've said that all along. That's the team. I think Bernie. I think Maplewood's got another year in a draft to get some players. Hadley Lake, I don't know how to qualify that at all. Is it a rebuild? Is it a restock? I don't know.
It's a rebuild.
It could go several ways, but that's the team that'll give Bernie a run right there.
Yeah.
It may not be quite I actually think it's going to be more competitive this year than some may think. But I could be
I'm
wrong.
looking forward to that race. I'm going to call it for Vegas, but just. I think they're a great team.
And I think
But I
he'll
also
set
think
up
Philly are a great team.
platoons and lineups that'll
Yeah,
do best for that team.
I think he's. But Bernie's pretty good too. But that's a good race.
Yeah.
Now we come to the big boys.
I'd give Bernie the edge if I had to call a winner. The Naturals is a toss up. I'd give Bernie an edge, but I'd say it could be
Mm-hmm.
close. Nooch, this is a guy that's always had a solid team.
Nooch.
Nooch. Look at that OPS. He's got some guys that can hit. He picked up Dick Allen at 72.
Mhm.
White Sox.
Yeah, Ted Williams
And
stands out a
how can you
mile.
go wrong having Ted Williams every year?
Mile.
That's
Williams and Dick. I mean, I'm a bit worried just looking at that line. Concentrate so much on Jeff. You get how good Nooch's team is, right?
How about you got Gary
Yeah.
Carter, so he's got a solid catcher you can keep for a while. First base, he doesn't have
But
great
even
fielding, but between Mo Vaughn and Allen, those guys can pound the ball.
Yeah, a bit worried here, Jeff.
Robinson Cano, great second
God,
baseman. What
it's good.
is Luis Hernandez? Is that really the right year for Hernandez? 2010? Let's see.
Yeah.
2010 Mets, Luis Hernandez. Yep. Let me know if that's right, Clue. If I got the right Hernandez or whatever, I didn't pick the right one, but Luis Hernandez is on that team. Jose Reyes.
Yeah.
So third base, he's got okay. He's got look, he's got A-Rod and David Wright. Shortstop, he's got a guy named Derek Jeter. So he's got
Well,
solid starters that you can have for multiple years. Left field, you've got Christian Yelich now. You added Jason Bay. You got Ted
so,
Williams. Tris Speaker
speaking
can
of
play
what,
center, and then you go to right field. I mean, who are you going to play? You got these other guys, Yelich and Ted Williams and Speaker in the outfield.
this is awesome team. Now look at it.
Pitchers. This guy I think was a steal here. This Wilbur Wood. You take him back. I think you can get some better years out of him. He's only a 126 here, but he'll pitch a lot of innings. He's got Clemens and Steve. Steve's got a decent year. He's got this Max Lanier.
I was just about to say, Baxter there stands out.
183 ERA plus, and here's what he's got: Lefty Grove in 1939. Lefty Grove 188
Wow.
ERA plus, and he's going to keep him and Hubble now are going to start going backwards and getting good, better, great.
I don't like the fact that some lefties there. He's going to give me.
Smokey Joe Woods on that team.
Yeah. Mariano Rivera. K-Rod.
Yeah, how about that,
Oh,
Mariano
good pen.
Rivera?
Cup of Goo Forster.
I hate all those lefties. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking at it. God damn, I'm in trouble.
Francisco Rodriguez is there, so this is
That's an
at
A.
least a B plus to A. I might say A
I
minus.
say A.
The only thing that's hurting me is
Yeah,
I think
I
his
think
starting
he's-
pitcher could be a little bit better. We'll see how if he's got enough starts at like a high OPS plus. But this is a B plus team that could be an A minus in my book.
I see it as an A.
What team are we talking about?
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Yeah, I'd say it's a B plus A minus.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jeff? Because we play the same division.
Oh shit! What
I
happened?
think
Mike,
it's an
Mike
A.
Silva just
I
woke
think
up.
it's got a really
Where's he
good
been?
team. His team's better than mine on paper, I can tell you that.
I think his team's better than mine, Steve.
Yeah, it's really good on paper. How
Oh,
about
I
here's
don't think
Joe
he's
Murdy?
better than you, but I think he's close second.
Tight.
Joey
Joey Bats.
He picked up Joey Bats. It's going to be a lot of power for him. He's got Jose Ramirez at third. He got Del Crandall and Ernie Lombardi. Those are good catchers. I think Crandall has a good arm, doesn't he? Oh yeah, 9'9".
He's from
one of
Venice.
those great.
He's a world champion. Delper played on the Vegas. Gee, he's not that bad either.
Canerco and Clark. Del Pratt.
He is.
Jose Ramirez.
This division is tougher than I thought.
Yeah, Lindor. Let's see in left field. Look at this Tilly Walker, a 10. Do we know where and why? Oh, Tilly Walker. He's going back to 1914, so he's got a nice pick here. I don't know if somebody left that with an ice cream delivery or how this person got on the team.
Yeah, probably because they've matured.
It's a pretty good one. And Bobby V.
Bobby V. Yeah. This team is gonna be trouble.
How about Al Bumbry? Well, not he's there. Bill Bruton.
This team's much stronger than I ever imagined. You know, you play across in the other league, like, you know, in terms of global, you don't really pay too much. But he's obviously improved massively.
Yeah, Johnny Cueto.
Yeah.
Might be his best pitcher. I think this is going to be rougher for him. This pitching staff, Juan Pizarro, is coming into the league here, but I don't know.
Pizarro was good. Pizarro played for Berlin the first.
Yeah, this may be his thing. I would give him a C plus.
What? Easily a B. Jeff?
I don't know, probably a C.
Yeah, that's what I'd say too.
Well, I rate very high. Now I begin to worry.
Edmonton. Oh, look, you got a couple guys 10 and up. I didn't even know
Yeah,
that. I've never really paid
Yeah.
attention to your team till now. This is fun.
Yeah, this is a really good team.
Let's go to position, Mike. So Miguel Olivo, interesting. A really good catcher with a 8 and an 8 arm. That's good. And now you added Burgess
great
for some
arm.
bat. First base.
DH
You ended
Burgess,
up
right?
with
Is
the
that what
guy
you're
I
gonna
traded, Clue.
MV's Burgess?
What's that, Jeff?
Are you going to DH Burgess most likely?
No, I'm going to Burgess and catching.
Okay.
Yeah, Klazuski fits in nice for you. So Billy Herman, are you sold with him being your full-time second baseman?
Yeah, 100% defensive.
Third base, what are we going to see here? Is it Steinfeld, Herrera? Are we going to mix that up?
Seinfeld.
Okay. That's a great show. I enjoyed the show.
Hey?
Oh, that's Seinfeld.
Yeah, it's good to go through. It's that show.
So you're gonna roll with the Colorado Rocky players to see how they do.
Tulowitzki, absolutely. And also, he gets injured because he's a 7 in terms of injuries. The Concepcion drops in quite nice.
One of the best, probably unsung players on your team, consistency-wise, Sheridan McGee. I think he's a great. What's his arm like this year? Yeah, an 8 arm. He's always above average in defense, and he's underrated with the bat.
Yeah, and Roush as well.
Roush, batting .339, playing a great center field. Okay, and then you got Benny Koff to.
Chalfa plays center field.
Wow, look at that, 370. Right field, and Stan the Man. Yeah, I think this is a. Oh, let's got to look at the pitching staff before I get too insulting. Until I have a full analysis.
This is a very deceptive pitching staff.
Noodles,
really good
Falkenberg, I think 140. I think this guy has been good. He'll be good. Noodles, this guy's going to get destroyed. His arm will look like a wet noodle. This guy will be one of your biggest disappointments.
It depends if I start it.
Disappointment in your bullpen or your rotation will be Noodles.
Look at his home runs per 9, Steve.
Oh yeah, he doesn't suck because he gives up home runs. He sucks for everything else. He gives up one more hit than the innings pitched. He will be destroyed in this league. The Moose, I think he's okay.
Moose will be 5th star. This is a sleeper.
He'll be about a 91 in the replay ERA plus.
You'll see.
This guy's lights out. This is the guy I got to say. This is the ace of
the franchise. He is the franchise.
Greinke should have been dealt last year, but you probably know that. Matt Harvey, that's a good pitcher.
Yep. Good year
Don't really
for
know how to
Harvey.
pronounce
Very
this
good
guy's
year.
name, so I'm going to pretend I'm not even impressed. You added
Julius
Marquardt.
Chapman.
You took advantage of a rebuild, and you got a good pick here. This is going to help you.
Yeah.
Marquardt will.
Mm.
Bentoncourt, this guy he'll get rolled in this league like a transient on the street. This guy will be.
You really think so?
Yeah. Oh, 121 in this league.
He
did
plays
that
well.
Coors. Oh my God.
See, yeah, I'm at Coors, though, aren't I? Of
This guy's a good pickup for you.
course he is.
This guy, he and this guy will be sharing a bus ride.
This is a very objective scout report.
That's rough. The 121s in the bullpen, not good. I would give this team. Oh, I hate to do it. I would put this team right at a B plus.
I don't mind.
I give him
You
an
can't
A.
mind. I rated
give
my
him an
own
A.
team at a B plus. So keep that in perspective, Andy.
I just don't say that.
I think he's got the best team in the division. It's an A for me.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jeff.
All right, let's talk. It's our last team, Edmonton. We got big. We don't have a ton of over 1,000 guys, but we've got 6 guys over 900, right? And you got Bill Dickey in probably the most productive year you've had him yet.
Finally, yeah.
McCovey is going to have
little
some
bit.
pop. King Kong Keller and DiMaggio has a really good year. Fred Clark.
I think this is a great team. Keller, DiMaggio, and what's the other guy with K? Kel. That's it. These guys.
Look at Dickey. Dickey's going to get better defensively here pretty soon. I already just did him. Hal Smith's there, right?
Covey.
Decent backup. This is a guy I dealt him last year. So Cecil Cooper, this is a good year for him. 32 homers, and he's good in the field. And that'll, you got to. What do you do with? And Bill White. Bill White's another guy that's going to be going forward. He's going to become a Gold Glove first baseman.
Here's the thing. That's Cecil Cooper. If we were to draw a line, right, under the league after the way season 5 now, of who would make an all-star team for the history of the league, Cecil Cooper right up there.
He has been so consistently good.
Consistently dangerous.
Hits righties very well.
He's a killer.
Yeah. Pitching extremely.
He is a killer. And those 2 K guys, Kong, Keller and Kel, they are going to be dangerous.
The problem is Gordon had a terrible year. Just a horrifically bad
he's
year.
Always Gold Glove, but look at that. That was one of his probably worst batting years, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it is his worst batting year.
But this glove is great.
But I got to put him in the lineup.
And this was a great draft pickup because you can use
Ken Boyer.
So he's got the riches. He's got George Kell and Ken Boyer at third. So he's very strong there. And Tommy Leach is a nice player on this team.
It's an excellent team.
And hey, you got Phil Rizzuto.
A scooter.
Yeah. Oh, I have to put up with that terrible bat, but.
Hey, tell me about it. Willie Wilson. You got a lot of options in the outfield to move people around, right?
You haven't said about DiMaggio yet.
You're going to have to make a trade to get a frontline starter, starting pitcher.
Okay, this DiMaggio, this isn't his greatest. It's probably one of his actually weaker defensive ones, but he's still above average, 7.7, 381 hitter. Look at the OPS plus. And the guy doesn't strike out, if I remember right. 20 strikeouts on the season, MB.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the
better
guy
than him.
Want. He's going to put the ball into play.
Kozuski's got 18 strikes out.
That's pretty amazing. Wow. Didn't know that.
This is even better than DiMaggio.
And right field, who do we got? We got other options there. So you got Joe Cunningham's a nice, not a lot of power, but good batting average there. Ginger Beaumont on this team.
Yeah.
Look at the pitching.
Yeah, I got a lot of guys that are good that aren't going to play. My pitching needs work. My pitching staff's pretty bad.
You really think so?
I think Lever's a great pick.
No.
150-ish. Robert, they're going to be 145-ish, right? Philippe, 135. Roberts,
But I need
145.
to
Lever,
trade for a starting pitcher.
159. Tiny Bonham, 147. Drysdale. Yeah, you've got a decent staff.
I think Deacon, Philippe, and Sam Lever and Ed Dehaney are going to be lights out for you. Lights
He's
out.
also added he's got Lee Smith and Quisenberry on the team now.
Yeah, I mean they're great relievers.
And if
You
you
know, I
got
wouldn't
somebody
say.
on your team named Kaiser, it just demands some level of respect.
Yeah, it's just I think the team is definitely an A- team.
He's got some
You
of the
know,
best names: Deacon, Kaiser, Vinegar Bend, and Brickyard,
and Tiny Bottom
and Tiny. So there's not a more
and
entertaining
Buckyard,
named
Brickyard,
staff.
Brickyard,
Yeah,
Brickyard,
Brickyard,
Kennedy,
Yeah,
and
a lot of
Vinegar,
good nicknames.
Vinegar
Clubhouse
Bend.
this year.
Lots
I
of
did
yeah.
character.
myself.
What would we say? I actually think
A
U2.
minus.
I really think St. Pete's got some work to do, but I'm going to be interested to see between Edmonton, Manchester, and San Francisco how it
Mm-hmm.
plays out, right? And I know people will be looking to make moves. We know Nooch probably won't make a trade or a move. You two will. But Nooch's team, when I looked at it, I didn't realize it was good. I knew his team's
Yeah,
always good. It looks better now that I've looked at it.
I've seen New Team just now for the first time in living daylight, and my God, I thought my challenge would come from Jeff. You know, but this actually is going to challenge Jeff and I to the. It's going to be hard.
Yeah,
It's
San
really
Francisco's
tough.
a very good team.
It might be the winner.
Yeah, well, and what's interesting is he has those players. Gary Carter, first base, he's got Allen and Movan, right? But look at second base, Robinson Cano, and then you go Alex Rodriguez and Derek Jeter. I mean, all in great years. And you
He's
got
got a
Pete
nice
Speaker
balance
in
of lefty
center,
righties.
and you got Ted Williams and Speaker on this team to go with guys like A-Rod, Jeter. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough team to beat. To be
I
honest.
know about Nooch being tough because him and T-ville were in my division for the first 4
Mm.
years. And yeah,
This is squeaky bum time, Jeff.
I actually think that could be a. After looking at that, I don't know. Let me look at his pitching. I don't know if I would give him an edge over either of you, though.
I would. For me, I think it's better than mine.
Well, oh, wait a minute. Okay. Grove is 188, Lanier 183,
Lanier, come on,
161.
that's way better.
I'm sorry, gentlemen. I would have to give a slight nod to him being maybe the favorite with now that his pitching is this good.
Yeah,
Rivera,
would
Yeah,
agree.
Wilson,
that's what I'm saying.
Giambi, 180.
It's lights out.
I think it'll be San Francisco and Manchester fighting for
No.
the division.
I think it'll be the three of us. This division is actually stronger than both
This could look like it did when it was the old
Earth.
that or the old Fire, when you
Yeah.
have Chicago and Sean's team and
Sean's team was Canada team, Canada
and
Ace.
Bernie's all kind of like fighting each other. That's what the three of you could run into. Wow,
Yep.
very interesting.
Great show. Mm.
Well, I appreciate you guys
Excellent,
tuning in
Steve.
for this. Now
Yeah.
everybody's like, "Thanks for the show. Get the damn file out." Well, I'll get that out tomorrow. I'll be working on it because I've got a couple things to check. And I've got to add, we know John Ellis from the 1972 Yankees.
Oh, you forgot one thing.
You have all the pictures done, Steve?
I'm
The
about
pictures
99.9% sure I do.
Question for you, Steve. You haven't come up with the final thing.
Excellent.
So
Nice
you
work.
predicted more or less the winners. Call San Francisco for it. Yeah? For the division in Jeffrey. Who's going to win it all? What do you think?
Clue, Steve, or Vegas is in there.
It's a clue from the global.
San Francisco
Right.
might be the best team after I've looked through it over there in the whole
I
universe.
think-
I think San Francisco's got the best roster that I've looked at.
I think talent-wise, San Francisco, definitely.
And in our side, it's Clue because of what he's built. But damn it, I'm telling you, T-ville is going to be some fierce team.
Hey, he's got Garrick and Ruth.
The divisions are really interesting. Moneyball is okay. But Chico's, Hagerstown, Beantown, they're all going to be up there. The Around the Horn League generally.
Yeah, and we'll see
The
what Philadelphia
Degens
does.
should
He
win.
may surprise Bernie, but even if Bernie wins like the bench warmer, right? If we give him a slight nod there in bench warmer, which I think I did, I roster wise, San Francisco, now that I look at it, looks solid. Naturals, I don't know what's going to go on there. I think they're all so evenly matched that nobody could. It'll be interesting to see in the Sims well, I know is it Night Raven's going to run 50 Sims, I think, and over the course of the next month, it'll take.
Don't rule out Jamie. Don't rule out Jamie because Washington. Because Jamie always finds his way.
Jamie is on the uptick for sure.
He was up till 5. I mean, I was up to 5 o'clock UK.
Yeah.
Jamie, you're talking long into the night. He's up for it.
He's another year away because he doesn't trade a lot, but he'll get the most out of what that roster is.
Yeah, he will squeeze all the piss out of that. Yeah.
And don't sleep on what